Hello everybody, and welcome back. I'm Count Christo. This is the If Necessary for Years, If Necessary Alone campaign in Black Ice. Thank you so very much for joining me. In the last episode, Yugoslavia, we moved to defend, which went pretty well, all in all, I feel like. We successfully mobilized to defend them fairly well. They have capitulated. I mean, you know, many of their people slave under the Nazi yoke, but still, it went fairly well. We managed to establish significantly further forward defensive positions in the battle for Greece than we would otherwise have been able to. It's the main thing that we accomplished. There is a slight supply issue, which we are currently working on. I think I'd like to move some men over to this side and prioritize getting into the provinces that are currently under attack. That's one theatre situation. On the other hand, in the air, things have significantly stabilized in the home countries. We have our very experienced fighters who have been doing excellent work. Though actually, now that the enemy planes are not present at the moment, let's take the chance to get a bunch of pilot exercises done. See if we can get some more experience on these bad boys. These guys especially, yeah, these carrier fighters are a little green. Want our fighter pilots to be trained, don't want them to give their lives cheaply. We attempted briefly to fight the Axis Air Force over Europe and immediately discovered it was cripplingly expensive. They are, however, just about to declare war on the Soviets, which is interesting. I'm going to take this moment of relative calm. Oh, and the other theatre we're active in, by the way, is Iraq declared on us for some reason. So that was a silly thing to do. I guess that means we're just gonna, annex Iraq directly. But, fine. We have these guys here. I'm gonna send one of them. Let's just send him to Baghdad and see what happens. The supply situation is probably going to be bad. We also mobilized our fleet over to the east, and it's currently undergoing training exercises to get me plenty of naval experience. Meanwhile, in the North Sea, we had some pretty major dust-ups with the main German fleet. These guys are docked here, aren't they? Yeah, let's do a quick little repair on them at Scarpa Flow. Yeah, a couple of the major ships there that are a little bit dinged up. The Germans continue to try and invade this place, Norway, unsuccessfully so far. We're also deploying some new fortress garrisons. Oh, sorry, fortress garrisons or normal garrisons? Normal garrisons I'm doing, apparently. I meant to do fortress garrisons. Whoops. Okay, scrap them then. I meant to be doing these, because they have the, some extra artillery. And also, I think we should probably put some reconnaissance in them, maybe? It does give them some nice strength gains. Maybe some combat engineer stuff. We're looking for defense and soft attack, basically. Don't really need anti-tank. Some good recon is mostly just about movement. No, I think they're okay, honestly. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's build a couple of these. I think we needed slightly less than that, but that's okay. And then we should probably be deploying something else. I mean, we have the materials, so let's start working on a Royal Marines template. We are going to want to do some naval invading. These guys have that. Yeah, those amphibious bonuses. So first off, we want them to be relatively light. But I do think a motorized headquarters, can I not do those yet? Looks like no. Well, we've got an engineer company, give them a combat engineer company. And the question is, like, do we motorize all these things? I think, does motorizing something that gives 7% amphibious attack, forest, all that. Motorized gives slightly higher versions of the same bonus. Alright, so we're going to motorize that. And these obviously are going to be elite units, so give me a field hospital with cars. Give me car support anti-air. Give me fully motorized logistics, which uses transport trucks rather than light vehicles. Yeah, that's fine. Fully got happy with that. And then a maintenance detachment. Yeah, the reliability bonus. That's going to be useful because they're likely to be taking attrition. And I don't really need desert support. I don't think I want to add any of these because they struggle over on amphibious. Yeah. Okay. So that's expensive. It's 50 points for this. I do want to make it a bit wider. I think I'm just going to do that by filling it up a bit. And then, are these motorized? Yeah, motorized artillery. Stick a motorized light anti-tank in as well. I think that's probably smart. Maybe 2. Because, you know, German tanks are things that are likely to try and throw them back into the sea, so... There we go. That is an elite Royal Marine division. Cool. Save that up. That spent literally all of our army experience. And we're not going to build very many of these, because we don't have the... Oh, we need amphibious warfare equipment for these guys, of course. I'm not building any of that, am I? Have I even invented it? I'm not completely convinced I have. Oh yeah, we have. Okay, but we should upgrade that as well. This is going to go up here. Oh, surely we have enough freaking infantry guns to introduce them now. Yes, we do. Okay, give me a whole bunch of infantry guns in all of my things, and then that seems good. And then yeah, it's time for just general industrializing in terms of adding a bunch of more military factories all over the shop. Good. Now the next thing I'm going to do is make some decisions about reallocating our factories, because we haven't redone the spreadsheet in a little while. Oh look, war. Yes, indeed. So we need to update the spreadsheet. So we've got now 92 military factories, big increase from the 52 last time I set this up. And right now, you know, the matter of fact is that on planes we have 22, 23, 24, 25. So that actually is about 27% of our production capacity. So I think I'm going to increase that, but then slowly. So we're gonna put 33% of our production capacity on aircraft. And that's 30 factories. And then Twitch did indeed miss the fall of France. Yes, it will be on YouTube, but we tried. We really tried. We held Paris and Normandy for quite a while. We rushed men over from the African front to help hold. It was pretty intense. Garrisons. Just leave that at 5%. Logistics, I think that's fine. Well, I'd like to increase that slightly, but we're well overspending right now. So buffer should be lower now. Let's go to 5% on the buffer. New equipment can be a bit lower now that we've introduced the pounder, whatever it's called, the infantry guns. Let's lower that to 5. We're still going to have to lower the amount I have on infantry in order to make this work. Let's make it 8 on logistics, and then we'll lower this to, what is it, 44. Okay, so we're going to go 44% of our production on infantry, 5% garrisons, 33% aircraft, 8% logistics, none on tanks, 5 on new equipment, and 5 on a buffer at the bottom of the list. Okay. So now the other thing that we need to do is factor in Marines. So they're just a whole new kettle of fish. Sorry, I thought this was going to take a second, but if we're going to have Marines, it'll take a minute here. Let me just capture this. Here we go. Boom. This can be Marines. And this is Marines. Okay, so just swap out tanks for Marines because we're not using tanks yet. And then for that, I guess we'll have to cut down infantry a bit. So 35 on infantry, 9 on Marines. It gives us 8 factories to use on Marines focused stuff. Okay, so assigned is equaling the right value. Yeah. And then we need to fill out what the Marines use. So, am I happy with this Marines template? I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's pretty good. So let's go down the list here. It has, whoops, anti-air, light, anti-tank, but there's a dash in anti-tank, heavy transport trucks, light artillery, infantry equipment, field uniforms, machine gun, sorry, not guns, gun, field uniform, mortar, amph warfare equipment, which we're pretty sure we do not have here unless I've called it amphibious. There's a full stop in it. Okay, and mortar is mortar teams, I think. Where is that? Mortar teams, there it is. What else? Cavalry equipment. And transport trucks. But those are different from heavy transport trucks, aren't they? Yeah. You must be using some transport trucks. Truck. What are transport trucks again? Oh, they are just transport trucks, okay. And then this needs stretching down, this needs stretching down, and so on, and so on. Transport trucks, and then light vehicles. In fact, this will be easier if I have this like this on my screen, because then I can make this bigger. Okay, this won't take too long. This is not like another hour-long spreadsheet session, I promise. Here we've got transport trucks. Now we need light vehicles. Light vehicles, radio equipment, support equipment, and recon equipment. That's true. Did I put normal? Did I put recons in these guys? We should. Recon equipment. And that brings us to the end. Okay, but did I put... What kind of recon have you got? You've got standard reconnaissance. Okay, I would like to replace that with motorcycle recon, I think. It's a fairly substantial cost increase, but we should really do that, but it's not urgent. Oop, didn't mean to close that. There we go, Royal Marines. Okay. So, here we have our dudes. And it's not pulling any because we haven't got the counts. Okay. So, quick as we can here, it's 20, 48, 84, 24, 1045, 1535, 120, 120, and then 1000. That's expensive. 1000, 10, 140, 40, 116, 175, and 60. Okay, so it's basically just like put it all on amphibious warfare equipment. This is by far the most expensive section of the division. Good to know. And now that should have all been factored in over here, such that these have updated. How can I tell if that has happened? I can look for amphibious warfare equipment and see that it has not happened. Probably because my lookup table is the wrong size. And if I do this, it will update correctly. Now we can sort by largest to smallest on rounded total, and there we go. We need a bunch more transport trucks, it turns out, and 10 factories on amphibious warfare. Well, that's not going to work. I only assigned you 8 factories, so I guess we're going to have to put 14 on this and cut this down to only 30% of our factories are actually going to be on, whoops, on infantry. Ah, okay, there we go, which gives us the more reasonable 9. Okay, so let's do this to our factory setup. And yeah, these are what we're trying to build. We'll put a few of them in production. We can have plenty more of these, right? Yeah. Okay, the fortress garrisons are training. So, over to production. We should have, on logistics, 7 factories. 3, 4, 5 right now. So we can afford, yeah, going up to 5. That should be fine. Now, on amphibious warfare equipment, it needs 9, which is kind of crazy. But we should also take this moment to update both what's in our infantry division. What did we make the change to go to elite? We added in the air, right? That's it. Yeah, but we actually have added in other stuff. So let's make an update here to make sure this count is still right. Because we've added in like the, you know, the radios and infantry guns and all that stuff. So in here, in infantry, we have light anti-tank 24, handheld anti-tank 108. Not in there. Okay, so we need to move these, which will, I think, break stuff. Sorry, DH wants to replace it. No. Which will break stuff because these are now referring to the wrong lookup table location. No, it appears to have moved it. And the marine lookup table, right place. Beauty. Okay, so we need to add... what else? Hello, Whitlow. Handheld anti. And what's that called? Handheld anti-tank. Okay. Handheld anti-tank. There we go. How many of them? 108. Good. Horse transport we've got... Where is that? Horse. Horse transport. 150. Correct. Heavy transport. 78. Correct. Artillery tractor 24, correct. Light artillery 36. Yes, correct. Heavy artillery 12, correct. Infantry guns 18, that's new. Infantry guns. How many? 18. Yeah, that's going to make a difference. For sure. Any other mods in mind in the future? Not at the moment. I'm pretty set on Black Ice. I'll probably, I'll do the Kaiserreich update, and I'll probably try. Someone told me Dark Stars updated, so I might do that again. Field uniforms, same number. Machine guns, 162. Got 'em. Mortars, 144. Got 'em. Transport trucks, 30. Sorry, light vehicles, 30. Got 'em. Radio equipment is up to 110. Support equipment 145. I think that's up. No, it isn't. And motorcycle 75. Got 'em. Yeah, same as you suggest one. Yeah, of course you can. Good. So let's check garrisons as well. And actually, yeah, the garrisons we're actually building are these fortress garrisons. So we should probably base it on this one's needs, which is going to be different to this. Anti-air 20 is the same. Horse transport is the same. Heavy transport trucks do not exist in here. Cool, so we need to add heavy transport trucks in. Light artillery does not exist in here. Heavy artillery is not going to exist in here. No, it doesn't exist. It does already exist in here. Okay. World ablaze. Cool. Link it to me on Discord, !Discord, and I will add it to a list. Heavy artillery 12. Got that. Infantry equipment 5. What? Okay, I'm not gonna... Am I gonna add 5 infantry equipment? Really? That seems kind of pointless. 36. Field uniforms 480. Cavalry equipment 10. Yeah. Radio equipment 56. And support equipment 50. Okay, cool. So that's changed up things here a bit. We'll see if that actually has an impact over here. But it may not. Okay, so with that in mind, we could also add a couple more garrisons to these, just to get them some more organization. Yeah, I probably will do that, but it's fine. We can change that later. So with that all in mind, we need, and with these ratios, yeah, we need 9 on this. We're starting, you know, we're preparing to try and kick ourselves into gear in order to be able to yeah, start with just like 2 or something, because we're going to have a massive deficit otherwise. Trying to kick everything into gear to prepare for being able to do some naval invasions. You know, taking Corsica, Sardinia would be a good one. Deny them a naval base. Taking Sicily is of course another option. Now, infantry equipment should be next in this list. Oh yeah, let me just check. Do a reality check. Medium artillery we're not using, are we? Medium heavy anti-tank we're not using. Rocket artillery, railway artillery we're not using this. Okay. So for example, infantry gun, where are those showing up in my list? Infantry gun, they're not. Jotting suggestions, thank you. Infantry gun is not showing up in the list, probably because this lookup table is wrong. There we go. Stretch that up and down, okay. And the garrison lookup table is probably also wrong. Nope, that's fine. And the marine lookup table, also fine. Okay. And once again, sort largest to smallest. Okay. So, infantry guns are going way down to 1 factory. Because we needed all of these to get the stockpile produced, but not yet. Amphibious warfare, I am going to put down here because it is a new equipment, but desert warfare equipment, 1 factory is more than enough. And the boys anti-tank rifle we have now introduced, so I'll bring them down here. It's been a long time since I've seen Black Ice. The new tank designer is pretty cool, similar to the ship designer. And yeah, but I can't remember what's new or not in Black Ice really. This logistics system feels very, very punishing, which is cool. Okay, yeah, keeping one factory on these darn little ditchy cruisers does feel kind of funny, but okay, so then planes, we should have 30 factories assigned. So 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, cool. Slightly over, but that's okay, because our number of factories will quickly rise, relatively quickly rise. Okay, and then the next thing after planes, we should be straight into the normal stuff. So transport trucks should be actually number 1 on this list. And that you are normal transport trucks. So you know your heavy transport trucks. Okay. Where are my normal transport trucks? Here they are. Really? We need 8 factories on transport trucks? Just because the Marines are so mechanized? I need to put less factories on the Marines. Having 14% of the factories on Marines is overkill. Let's put 7.5. And then put 37.5 on infantry. Yeah, that seems more sane. And with that change made, because it barely reduces the number it wants us to put on freaking amphibious warfare equipment. How is that possible? I've assigned 9 factories. Hang on, this must be calculating it wrong. It is. Oh, darn. I think I've been calculating this wrong the whole time. Yeah, I've been calculating the ratios wrong this whole time. It still wants 8 factories, which makes no sense. Okay. Back to Excel for a minute. Okay, so what's supposed to happen here is it works out the full cost of an item, it also has the total cost of all the items, and then here it works out what proportion. What the hell just happened? It works out what proportion of that total cost this cost is. And then this works out what proportion of this, what this proportion of this number of factories is. So in this case, 15% of 35 is about 5.5. Okay, and that seems to work. And they're all referring to the right place. But then what I did wrong is these also refer to this total cost here. And they should refer to this total cost here. Okay, so you should refer there. And now they all do. Okay, but now, why is it managing to assign 8 factories? 24% of 6.9. Ah, because I've also got it on the wrong assigned. Okay. Damn, that's a pretty critical error, huh? Huh, that didn't work. It's got to be this times this. There we go. Okay, good. Now it's using too few factories. Ah, because this isn't all the way down. Good. And yeah, the reality check is that these numbers should agree. Whoops. So this should be on here, divided by that. Okay. That should be all. Okay. And yeah, these numbers should agree. Okay. So we were working on some pretty bad numbers earlier because I was using the cost of infantry to calculate how many factories of each we should put on. So that changes things a bit. So on infantry equipment, we should have 7 factories. We've got 5 here. And we're going to have some in the buffer. Sorry, 4 here, and we're going to have some in the buffer, so that's fine. Well, let's go to 6 here. And then heavy transport trucks are next, which is what I thought. We have heavy transport trucks here. And they should be 7. And then we have field uniforms, that should be 5. We are upgrading it. I'm loath to reduce it when it's at cap production efficiency, though. Let's not do that, because amphibious is going all the way down to 2. Okay, so heavy transport trucks, then field uniforms, then light artillery, then heavy artillery. Where's my heavy artillery? Or are you my heavy artillery? Yes, you are. Where's my light artillery then? This is the infantry gun. No, that's the light artillery. Okay. This is infantry gun. Light artillery should be at 4. Heavy artillery should be at 5. Okay, well that is hurting because I'm losing production efficiency there, but I think it's sensible to get to truth. Reduce down on the new plane asks for a minute. I want to get to these ratios. They do give me some more carrier fighters. And then after light artillery, where are we? After light artillery comes... Oh, sorry, I should be showing you guys this screen. Should make a check for that. Check if those two things agree. Yeah, I could also just look at the numbers. I really should be able to just look at the numbers. And now that I've set it right, it shouldn't get wrong again. You're still right though. Okay, next, transport trucks. Which are these? And there should be 3 on transport trucks. See, that's much more reasonable. Those are heavy transport trucks. Bollocks. That's meant to be 5. Just cost myself the production efficiency. Those are just below infantry equipment. Then support equipment. Sorry, transport trucks. Where are the transport trucks? Here they are. Transport trucks at 3. And then support equipment at 3. Yeah. Then horse transport equipment at 3. Then amphibious warfare at 2. Then recon equipment at 2. Everything at 2 until we get to light anti-tank, which is down here. Yeah. Which does not include motorcycles, actually. They can be at 1. Light vehicles, which is this, at 1. Recon is meant to be 2. Amphibious is meant to be 2. Horse transport is meant to be 3. Yeah. Now, artillery prime mover at 2. Motorcycle, then machine gun. And we still only need... Where's radio equipment in this list? There it is. Radio equipment should be at 2, apparently. But we are introducing that into new things. We have plenty of spares, so sure. Put that down to 2. Radio equipment is above light anti-tank. Yeah, light anti-tank actually should also be at 2, apparently. And then light vehicles, motorcycle, machine gun, garrison maintenance, horse cavalry equipment, anti-air, infantry, anti-tank. Can actually be at 1. And infantry guns can also be at 1. So I've enjoyed the production efficiency to crank a bunch of these out, but we're not going to suddenly need a bunch more, so down it goes, providing all of the factories we need. Boom. Okay, excellent. Excellent. And then new ones that we get, we should put onto naval bombers. We're trying to go for how many on planes right now, based on a 33% commitment? 30. So 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, give me a couple more Spitfires. Okay, there we go. And then just 1 desert warfare equipment, which I shall keep at the top because we're keeping like our pet projects at the top, which is right now the Spitfire and the desert warfare equipment. Okay, cool. Save in case all that goes to pot somehow, and save the spreadsheet as well. Okay, good. Rock and roll. Hey, Greece. Do you wanna? Can you give me something? give me a lend lease. You got any convoys? Give me some transport ships. No. Give me some. Give me some garrison maintenance equipment. No. What have we got a lot of? Something I'm short of. Field uniforms. Give me some field uniforms. Greedy buggers. Won't give me a thing. Imagery equipment. No. How goes the war in China? Better for Japan. Better for Japan than it was a second ago. And they're pushing in from Indochina, unfortunately. Our supply situation. We have way more heavy trucks than I thought. So, yeah. Fully motorized this. Let's move one of these guys. Oh, I did not mean to send all the cavalry up there. Pull them back. And then here, we're using a lot of supply here. We've got the Burma Road focus coming, which is Manalay, which is here. Yeah, so we'll hopefully that infrastructure upgrade will be enough to help these guys out. All right, time to unpause. So we're going to keep pretty focused here. Obviously glancing over to see if they're bombing us again. We have got a naval invasion in southern Norway active. And none of my scouts are active there right now. One's here, one's here. Oh, I am scouting the English Channel still, aren't I? Let's not do that. If they launch a naval invasion of the British Isles, I will thank them for it. But just to be certain of that, let's switch this guy to a garrison order. Doesn't need to be very precise, which is why I'm happy with it being a garrison order rather than a you know, my usual insistence on fallback lines. Improved army HQ is good to have. I am going to keep bulldozing through those. Yes, please. Improved army group HQ gives me Field Marshal Max armies +1. And more coordination and more command power gain. Good. Now, who's one of my key armies right now? Yeah, this guy commanding the foreign legions. Let's give him a trait. You, sir, have offensive doctrine. And offensive doctrine too. Just straight up 6% more attack on all those divisions. Seems good to me. And then who am I going to have command the Eastern Strike Force? Probably Cunningham. Let's promote Cunningham. Concealment Expert does seem like it could be good. So we can get that more coordination. What else would be good? Is he gaining any of these? He is gaining Spotter. I would like Spotter. But I think chance to receive critical hit is also pretty great. Let's give him safety first. We still got points. I mean, the fleet coordination is good. And if you have to retreat, you have to retreat, so it doesn't hurt at all. Let's give him Concealment Expert. And then, who else? You are going to be doing my escorting in the east. Is that right? Are you the man for that? What kind of places are we fighting here? It's ocean. It's mostly going to be pretty big oceans. You are a spotter already. So giving you seasoned spotter. And then, yeah, Concealment Expert seems good on you. So because I don't want the enemy large ships to find him. There we go. Good use of our command power, I think, giving out a couple of traits. Okay, we're holding here, but not comfortably. Let's do a little counter-offensive action here. And yeah, I think we should probably go with some defense in depth here. It's just hills. I really don't want them to take this port, because that's one of our big supply hubs in the region. The German Reich has declared war on the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Now that's probably very good news for us, right? Because it just means they're going to focus a bunch of attention on the Soviets. Which probably means they're going to move a bunch of these planes out of Serbia. And the fact that we have them fighting a land war in Europe on two fronts, they're not going to love it. Those submarine engines are coming soon. And we've got some, advanced torpedo tactics coming in. Okay. Yeah, that's why they have so few men here all of a sudden. I mean, we could try and, like, push them, but I don't know. I wonder how well the Germans are going to do against the Soviets. I mean, the Soviets, they have a lot of factories. Not as many as the Germans, but a lot. And tons of oil. So I'm curious to see what happens there, but yeah, they're obviously going to call everyone in. It's weird that we're constantly showing a tiny bit down, but ooh, wow, we've lost 200 trucks to enemy bombing in the last 30 days. That's kind of cataclysmically bad. Because logistically speaking, how many trucks are we getting? It's these ones, right? Transport trucks? No, it's heavy trucks. Where are they? Heavy transport trucks. Yeah, so our net was minus 18. So we need... I mean, we are building up more, but let's put a couple more into logistics. There is Romania called in, widening that front. This attack did indeed deter them from this one, so that's fine. We can pause there. You should head up here. You can walk from there, so you have some guys when you arrive. You're border guards, but you're decent, aren't you? Yeah, fairly decent. Those are some Egyptian infantry, I think. Right, we're short on steel. I should import some steel. And also, I think I should actually just stop importing from my subjects until we have them at the autonomy level we want. Because we're blocking our progress towards making them a territory, which is going to be really good, and obviously is the progress towards the kind of campaign goal, as it were. So let's cease importing from our subjects. Hello, Athos. Oh, and having ceased, we're not short steel. What? What? Curious. Okay, yeah, so... Who am I going to import from instead? America, I guess. And it's going to cost me, you know, a bunch more factories than it did before. But I think that's worth it to make the progress. Okay. I mean, the German lines here are pretty thin. We could wait for an attack plan to fully develop and then do something. These guys lost so much attrition just from walking a couple of steps towards the enemy line. Yeah, so the thing, I mean, we've got things, it feels like anyway, relatively under control. What's going to throw us off is when Japan declares war on us. It's going to be problematic. Okay. Yeah, keep the convoy rating focused. You guys are repaired now, right? Almost. Cancel the repair. Go back to repair high, and you can split off. Go back to strike forcing. Split that guy off. Don't take damaged guys into the fight. Okay. Training. Yeah, tell you this. Africa called into the Soviet war. Fine. What was I doing? Yes, training. Got some more improved Gordons trained up. Send them in to the main fleet. And then some will have just split off, right? To go down here. Send them east. As well as temporarily turning off support on that. Split this guy. Reinforce these scouting forces a bit. Okay, good. And they are continuing to put mines here, but not very many. Yep, called in Slovakia. What's up with Denmark? Denmark is a protectorate of... they're a territory of Germany. That's how that works in this faction. And Iceland is a supervised state of ours, which happened when we navally invaded them. And they're still trying to launch offensives down here. Obviously, yeah, okay, their air force has dramatically reduced its presence here. You guys trained up a bit yet? Oh yeah, and we got some 400 American fighters, which came at a very pivotal time, so I really appreciated that from our friends over the pond. Yeah, we are struggling here. The problem, of course, is their tanks. Although, we are piercing their tanks with our infantry. That's pretty good. The Panzer Division only has 5 armor. Let's move these guys in to reinforce. And yeah, considering... Have they stopped attacking us here? Yeah. Let's move over our planes again. Let's see, because they're surely they're busy, right? Surely they're wanting to use their planes to fight the Soviets. So it might be a good moment to hit them with all of these exiled forces planes. They are making some progress, and there's, yeah, major conflicts going over there. How do you get vision on someone without them being in your faction and without a attaché? I don't think you can, right? We should get military access and docking rights with the Soviets, though, just because it might improve our supply situation in certain contexts. Also docking rights. Why can't I do this? We have strategic reasons to be hostile. Yeah, that's why they gave me military access. The move in is... It's not lightning fast, but... Southern Norway, naval invasion. Good luck with that. There's military production. That did hit our stability. New operative, huh? And people joining. Cool. Master interrogator. And a safecracker. We've got... Ooh, a Greek. A commando. Lower risk on sabotage. I'm going to get the Master Interrogator, because then he can stay on on counterintelligence while I move out someone who's better, like Elizabeth here, level 2, tough infiltrator. And she can instead go help us infiltrate Japan faster. Okay, new tech. What did I just get? Oh yes, better production here. Any of these stupid good enough that we should go ahead of time on them? Doesn't look like it. Foreign labor, streamlined line or flexible line. And then just another concentrated. Army fuel capacity up. I mean, not very long. Yes, I think that's pretty important right about now. Mobilizing the Indian men to hold over here is very beneficial. The Ecuadorian-Peruvian War. It counts as which I stopped first. Very wildly. Ecuadorian-Peruvian War, huh? The world burns. Two countries are now in full-scale war. Interesting. I wonder if America's going to have anything to say about that. So this is the fallback line that we're using because we don't want to overflow up here. But this one still has some room. So let's move these infantry up here. They can strat redeploy up there. And then the question becomes, do I want to try and do something here? Like, do I want to put down radar here? And really make this a thorn in their side they're not going to be able to unseat? Or similar logic with infrastructure. I don't want to improve the infrastructure here, because if we lose it, then having bad infrastructure here is going to make it much easier to hold Greece. I think we just let these things finish and go back to producing military factories, finally. Let's go to speed 3. Yep, Xinjiang. Ooh, state of Xinjiang has joined the Axis. Interesting. Okay. What else should I be doing right now? You're just shuffling some guys around. Some more inconsequential stuff there. Oh yes, you two should have auto resupply turned back on. This is just some shoddy destroyers. Send them over to the east, please. Mediterranean Reserve. You can stop training. You urgently need to repair yourself. Go back to being a reserve. They are repairing. Good. And the main Eastern Fleet. Who did I say we're going to give him? Cunningham. Who's currently commanding this force, right? Yeah, he's been cutting his teeth by obliterating the entire Italian navy. I mean, we could shorten this line. Well, it's not much shorter, but we could take up a good defensive position on Belgrade, deny them a bunch of factories here. Get them back under Yugoslav control. But I think it would... I think pushing would be without air cover. Well, I mean, now we have the air cover. So... Oh, they're not actually here yet. Or are they not? Why can't I assign this? Ah, because they're running air exercises. Yeah, sorry. Turn everything off. And then, yeah, I do actually want to let these guys finish their air exercises. And honestly, these new guys should do it too. High frequency direction finding. Nice. That's a bit more intel for us. Tank radios. Even better radar. I think doing this ahead of time is not the worst thing in the world, actually. Yeah, let's do this way ahead of time. Because this slot can't do much else. And getting us some cracking radar really early seems like a nice thing. Yeah, still having a bit of supply issues over here. Ooh, it just got way worse. You're not trying to supply my planes, are you? No, I think it's just they're trying to supply all this raiding. Let's pull the convoy escorts out of this zone. And the main strike force and scouts out of this zone. I don't think the Italians dare show their face outside their port anymore, honestly. Okay. For the invasion here, we'll need the Marines, which we're working on. These guys will be good for Norway. Where else? I might want to deploy some more fortress garrisons to hold a bunch of these ports and free up all these infantry. Yeah, I would like to do that, actually. Give me a bunch until we're short on something. Light artillery. Yeah, give me a whole bunch of these guys. These fortress garrisons, you know, they're not exactly crack troops, but they're good enough to hold ports that I really don't think the enemy is ever going to be able to invade. What is this? Ah, right, yes. Ah, yeah, you know what? This is the French Navy, from which I should steal the best ships. Give me... Yeah, we don't need this navy in the Med. This one has the Italians under control. So let's seriously slim down Force B. I want those battleships. I want those heavy cruisers. I want those cruisers. I want your your most experienced destroyers. Send them east. And you can have something in return, because I want that fleet to still function. Give me those less updated Dutch destroyers and some early cruisers. They can come and replace it. And then also, no, I'm not giving you any battleships. I don't think I need battleships in that force in the Med, honestly. Where is Force A? Oh, it's stopped right next to it. Okay. But yeah, send those guys east, because these are the creme de la creme of the French Navy. But yeah, stream, you may not have seen this. The French just said yes to giving us their navy. It was crazy. Like, we said, hey, we'll shell you in port if you don't give us your navy. And they went, oh shit, don't do that. Here you go. And handed me like 200 ships. Need to raise our stability. Finest hour, does that do that? It does. Well, only for a while, though. Gives you political power gain, though. Request the Azores lease. No. Send ship parts to the Soviets. They get cheaper foreign parts and supplies. That was nice of them. It was very nice of them. Send aid to the Soviets. They have to have completed the focus Allied Lend-Lease. Okay, well, we'll wait until they do that. We might well do this to help them. We'll see how their fight goes to start with. So, yeah, give me some We Fight United, I think. Or unite people under your government, maybe? This is only... Yeah, give me some stability that way. Whoa, that doesn't even put us positive? No, it does, okay. The total mobilization is obviously what's hurting our stability quite a bit. Let's do some... Well, we don't need war support, it's just stability that's the issue. Then we'll save up political power, because the next thing I want is... Oh, we can get another Spirit of the Navy. Yeah, we should do that. Flat research and output is pretty nice. Repair speed's also important. We are going pretty hard on the cruisers. But I think I have to take the one that gives me the dockyard output up. That means we can not only deploy, you know, build ships, more ships, we can build the individual ships faster, which is important. Yep. Okay, good. Anyone else good landed in the training thing? Alright, well, that means I can detach these two subs to the reserve. Should anyone else be training? Yeah, you guys... Ooh, the Atlantic Charter. Prime Minister Churchill met to create the Atlantic Charter, the right of all peoples to choose the form of government on which they live. Oh, crap. That's 125 independence to all of our people. No! But the stability is nice. Well, that sets me back. Oh, Canada, please don't upgrade. Quick. Quick. Lower it by a point at the end of the day before they have enough political power to do it. Please don't have enough political power to do it, Canada. I don't want you to become a dominion again. Or colony, whatever the next level up is. Nuts. Canada, you still have the focus, right? Which is it? This one. Yeah, federal integration. Good. I guess it only shows up in integers. Bessarabia almost taken back by Romania. Minor skirmish. Okay. Still good on supplies. Resistance to occupation. Ah, yes. I hadn't considered Albania. We might want to take Albania to something to give us, like, how much? Yeah, something to reduce the amount of supplies we get. Or rather increase local supplies. Yeah, military governor increases local supplies. As does martial law. I think I'd rather work on the compliance, though. It's getting up there. Yeah, because that's giving us 12% local supplies just from that. So it really feels like that's the right play. It really quite often feels like the right play is just to try and get some compliance going. I think I do feel secure enough here to try a little something something. We've got the Greeks holding down the rear, so we should have backup if everything goes tits up. And we can also give ourselves massive naval superiority. Sorry, air superiority, which will slow down their ability to retaliate. We should also have our close air support deployed down here. Look how experienced our close air support is. That's from all that fighting in France. Desperate, desperate days. But yeah, if we can drive rapidly in here, just encircle some guys on the front, even if we fall back again afterwards, you know, that's divisions that aren't coming back. We still have some terrible supply. Right, yeah, you. Fair enough. And that's not going to get any better the deeper we go in here. Let's give him... Let's motorize this guy. Move you over. We'll just see how that goes. I'd really like to avoid having to do a naval invasion. Well, but why though? Yeah, actually, but why though? Just do the intelligent thing rather than the dumb, like trying to force the dumb thing to work. You guys are going to naval invade from here to Kuwait City. Cool. Damn! They did raise their autonomy. Damn! Should never assign that thing, man. What else could I do to lower their autonomy? I guess once we've done all our rearming focuses, we could start doing the master focus, but... Right, there's some less attrition. More industry things that I want. Dude, I'm not really crazy about division training time focus techs. We could do with doing some of these resource gains now that we're actually starting to come up against shortages. Seems good. Okay. These attacks seem to be progressing well. They haven't responded yet. Just a quick little encirclement. Nothing to see here. That is a heavy tank. That's a bit of a problem. But as long as this line can hold its form behind us, it's not a problem. Yeah, we do have some supply issues. You were meant to move straight on. How long until you can move back? 2 days, 6 hours. You can be there in 1 day and 16. Okay. And yeah, moving forward, where's the next supply hub? I mean, if we could take Belgrade and Sarajevo, that would be good, but it exposes us to a very large front against... Which actually I should probably man already. A very large front against the Bulgarians, troublingly. And yes, we're trying our best to motorize these supply hubs, but we'll see. More dead subs. They really just don't... I mean, the Germans don't seem to be doing any sub-warfare at all. Alright, we're in here. And with 2 of the divisions, we can hold it as well. This fight is tough, because it's into the mountains, of course. But, with an extra angle, I feel like we can make it work. Exiled veterans getting a combat bonus. Hell yeah! The French are getting their stuff. Good stuff. Love to see that. Who owns this? State owners controlling Yugoslavia. But who owns? Who is that? Hungary? Yeah, I think that's Hungary's map color. Okay, there's the Burma Road. Let's see if that evens things out. Yes, it looks like it does. Excellent. Move you up here as well. Did we get something more in northern Burma? No, still 2 there. Alright, next focus. I don't think putting a bunch of fortresses and things in Hong Kong is really going to make a whole lot of difference. If they want to take it, they more or less are going to take it. Nepal is going to try and stop them, though. I do not want to lose Hong Kong because it's a supply hub, so it is going to help the Japanese if it falls. But I can't supply convoys up to Hong Kong. Could do Gurkha battalions so we get the new brigade unlocked, but I think that's okay. Don't need to do those. Destroyer escort costs down would be really nice. But I think well, what else could we do? We're ready to do American tech sharing when if we get into that. Defend the Commonwealth would help a bit. We are running out of recruitable pop, so let's do Britain stands alone real quick. It only takes 10 days. Okay. Meanwhile, struggling here. My close air support arrived. Ah, yes, some of them have very poor range. These 2. I guess we'll fly them from Thessaloniki and move these planes back. So we don't actually need that many fighters, as it turns out. So let's send them home just in case something happens and I don't notice before losing a whole bunch of planes. Seems prudent. Italy has bad supply on its divisions on Sicily. That's how bad their situation is getting. Nice. And they're not trying to leave this province. They don't appear to be concerned about their possible encirclement. Perhaps they don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off because they know they can reinforce with these heavy tanks if they need to. Oil from the Canadian Federation is not getting fulfilled. Right, yeah, sorry. Stop importing from Canada and the Raj. We will import from the US if we need to. It's not worth it. Another couple of subs bite the dust. Good. Okay, you guys... Excuse me. This naval invasion will be basically planned by the time you get there. Good. Oh, hey, and the Iraqis have showed up. What is that symbol? Is that the symbol for a camel? It is probably, isn't it? Because it's a straight line for cavalry, so a straight line with a hump is camel. That's funny. Come on, break them. There's construction 4. Okay, I can use this on planes as well, can't I? Yeah. We are getting these. It could be time to start getting some... We could also use medium bombers. But what's your ground attack? Yeah, I mean, ground attack is 12. But they cost 57. Whereas I can get some... I can get these CAS for much cheaper. 30, yeah. Fuel use is better too. Let's get the... You need the Hurricane, don't you? Yeah, I think the Hurricane CAS are what we're going to use. So we'll invent the Hurricane 2 multi-roll so I can get the CAS next. Germans making serious inroads into the Soviets. Can't do those decisions yet. To give him stuff. No. This is our finest hour. Gives permanent war support, but war support's not what I'm short on. Yeah, once I've accrued enough army experience, I think we do want to do some joint training exercises. I mean, it only gives us 12 experience. It's not that good, is it? Are they bigger when it's a bigger nation? Yeah, got a bit more air from this. Go on then, give me some experience from that. Alright, come on. Break! Break, you bastards. We are doing some damage. Couple shot down. We no longer get the effects from never give up! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Do I want to build these or do I want to immediately invent the second one? Oh, we can't. We need Vickers aircrafts. Where? Vickers aircraft. Where is that? I don't see it. Halifax, Wintley, Albacore, Bombay. Which one of these is Vickers aircraft? Why would I need something other than the one, you know, before it? The Vickers Wellington B. Ah, it's this one. Okay. Cool. Well, we won't be getting that for a while. Get me some better carrier bombers. It's not a focus, no. It's this here. Yeah, it's this one here. I should have waited for the hover. I was just reading Vickers aircraft, which is what part of the tech tree it's part of. If you actually hover, it shows you it's Vickers Wellington BMX MKX, which is this. I think switching to carrier multi-roles is probably a good idea. This requires the Hawker Hurricane Mark II. Okay, good. So that we're going to get that in a second, and we can switch to this carrier fighter, and then we can use the Seafire carrier fighter. So going from the Swordfish for another carrier bomber. How are these fairy albacores? They're a bit faster. Barely more expensive. Same agility, better naval attack, better naval targeting, better air defense. They're just all round a little bit better. Yeah. Give me that. Alright, come on, guys. Break them! Oh, nice. Close air support. I can see him doing it. The bombs are falling. We're not going to do another push like this. This cost us way more time and manpower than I thought. We need, I mean, you know, surprising no one. We need tanks to be able to push effectively. So we've just invented... Oh no, it's doing the bugged display again. There we go. The new naval bomber. We do want a hard pivot, I think. Because it's a strict upgrade. We want to spend a bunch on it. So... range is important for naval bombers. But not as much as raw attack, I think. I'm going to keep the maintenance high so you get a lot of air accidents. Airborne radar. What does radar do again? More air attack. Surely it gives you naval targeting. Yeah. And then some engine. Yeah. Okay, this looks good. I'm not doing much on defensive turrets because we should only be flying these in areas where we have like lots of fighters as well. Although defensive turrets... No, defensive turrets aren't going to help against ships, are they? This looks good to me. Boom. Make sure we obsolete the right one. Air defense 37. Well, just the more expensive one is the one we want to keep. Cool. Switch it over. There goes a whole bunch of my production efficiency. And we're using tons of aluminium for this. That's okay. We have the factories to import tons of aluminium. And then, yeah, start cranking on that a bit. Most of our defensive stuff in the east is finished. We're upgrading this to level 2. No longer get the effects from Iraqi ambush. What were those effects? I didn't notice. Can't have been that effective an ambush, really, can it? Ah, yes, with Greece in, I can base from here and fly there, which should be more effective. And yeah, not having too many troubles off the coast here. They've beefed up their own defences as well a bit, looks like. How's the training on the garrisons going? Taking quite a while. Maybe I do want those sorry, not fortress, those training techs. Britain standalone, an improved submarine engine. Nice. So there was something else I wanted for subs. Oh, it wasn't for subs, it was just advanced torpedoes. Yeah. And better AA. There's lots of stuff I need for the Navy. Yeah, better AA is important. Let's do advanced light AA. No, we don't need to go ahead of time. Give me large cruiser. Oh, it's only large cruiser heavy attack, but advanced destroyer batteries. Should probably do that, right? Is that what we're using? No, because we're using the high angle batteries, which maybe better for destroyer. Yeah, we're not using these batteries. We're using these ones. So maybe some medium AA. Oh, okay. Medium means heavy. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, give me some... just beefing up the torpedo attack. And the torpedoes. Hum, ho, hum, ho, hum. And yeah, we basically haven't used mines. Shell dies. Well, that could be good. Applies to heavy cruisers as well. Yeah, give me shell dies for the just across the board buffs. Next focus. I don't need coastal and land forts in England. 5 off-map military factories for free France. It's not worth spending 70 days on a factory on a focus. Minus 1% output, but it gives us 10% training time, 50 military experience, and some recruitable pop. I think that probably is worth it. And then this costs us 0.5 recruitable pop. So it's probably not worth it, but I think this quickly, I mean, yeah, partly just for the training time down. Does seem good. And then these, I don't think I need these either. It's only 30 days, let's do that. And how many are we mobilizing here? We're mobilizing up another, yeah, just taking out that minus 10%. Should be a few more men, not that many more. Using a lot of fuel still. Yeah. Civilian demand's not that significant. Alright, any decisions I really want to take? I don't think so. But let's just have a gander and a think. Right, yeah, extraction might make me want to do some more bauxite extraction. Assistance to China? No, I'm fine. And we lose political power. No, I think we're okay on everything at the moment. Good. We can probably stop naval exercises soon, but I need enough for those new... I would like to get the final Spirit of Naval Command. And we need a head of the Navy as well. I should probably do that next with my political power. As well as a freaking Supreme Commander, which I still haven't appointed. Division organization up, supply consumption down. That's pretty nice. What's a compromiser? More political power gain, but lower experience. Ship recovery rate. Yeah, Alan Brooke is who we'll put in there, but first I think it's probably time for... Oh yeah, that's right, we decided none of these are actually that good. But we should still put one in anyway. Escort efficiency up would be nice. Alright, finally pulled off that encirclement. Oh, and they've instantly kicked us out, so let's see if we can close the pocket before they can actually push us out of this tile. But then, I think it's not worth holding this tile. So after we've killed these guys, we're going to go back to the front and call it needless. 3 American volunteers. Why not accept? They're in transit now. Their air force is not daring to move against us, which means we'll just have an easier time moving around in this area. The other thing we could do is try and divert some of our production to, you know, bombers, longer range bombers, and start trying to do some damage to their logistics and stuff, but I just kind of don't want to. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Oh, hey, nice! Their pocket battleship came out and got spanked. Nice. Our modern Exile air wing will have helped with that, no doubt. Excellent. One of the few capital ship losses of the war. And there is the easy win there. Good. Okay, you guys, all back to the original line, if you please. And then, yeah, we should extend our line against Bulgaria a bit. Need 3 more men for that. Thank you for volunteering, you two, and you. Because I don't want Bulgaria to join and then suddenly have a problem. If Bulgaria did join, what I'd like to do, in fact, is just push in Yoink Sofia and establish that as a new defensive line. Yeah, it's probably smart, actually. Let's put some more men on the border against Bulgaria and try and position for an early offensive against them if they were to attack us. You guys can stop running your missions because it's not needed. Enemies with no mission, yes, I know that. Assign them all to Greece, and then the inexperienced ones among them can actually keep training. The other good thing about trained planes is that, you know, you get more bang for your airbase space buck, as it were. Which is pretty good. Okay, cool. Well, not the most eventful episode, but ooh, hello. Offensive here as we withdraw. Let's just pay attention to that for a second. But still going pretty well here in the Balkan front. The fact that they're having to dedicate way more of their attention to the Soviets is good. They've attacked earlier in the year than historical, which I'm not delighted by. We'll see if they can manage to hold them back here. They are obviously suffering on Stalin's propaganda and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, in the next episode, we'll see if we can continue to fight on and keep this front open in the Balkans. But until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.